Hi, welcome to our presentation. My name is Nicole and I'm a teacher in Ho-Ho-Kus. This project was also collaborated by Danielle, who's a teacher in Ramsey, and Brianna, who's a teacher in Millburn Short Hills. Our research study was the effects of positive behavior in the classroom based on flexible seating. We wanted to find out if flexible seating improves the overall classroom behavior in a more positive way. I think it's important to discuss what flexible seating is before we start to delve into our research. Flexible seating is the theory that children work best when they choose and are most comfortable in a learning environment. As you can see, my children in these pictures are fully engaged in writing workshop after they chose their flexible seating. We find that work ethic improves as well as behavior. Based on the results of our survey, we want to propose this to a variety of people within the schools. We would like to propose that flexible seating does have a positive effect on classroom behavior. First, the Board of Education will have this proposed to them. It's important that the flexible seating is budgeted within the curriculum. Flexible seating can be on the pricier side, so we want to make sure that there is money in the budget for this to be provided to the teachers in the school. Next, we want to propose this to administration. Not only should they be familiar with flexible seating, but they should be able to be a source of help to the teachers who will be implementing this in the classroom. And last, we want to propose this to the teachers since they will be using flexible seating on a daily basis in their classroom, specifically in grades pre-K to 4. It's also important to recognize how flexible seating plays a role on the brain and learning. First, with children being more comfortable in a learning environment, they're going to be more focused and more on task. Flexible seating also focuses on a few learning styles within the classroom. It focuses on some learning styles, such as the interpersonal learning style, because children will be naturally more collaborative and on task when they choose a flexible seating of their choice. It also focuses on the kinesthetic part of learning. As you can see in this picture, this child is on something called a wobble stool. A child is naturally going to rock back and forth on here and in turn be more on task and more productive. And last, this also affects the intrapersonal learning style because it's going to encourage a quieter working environment. In addition, flexible seating is also going to allow for sensory input. And therefore, a child's going to be able to process information a lot easier. Flexible seating also improves the overall health of children because through movement, oxygen and blood will freely flow to the brain, and it will also improve the core strength of a child, which is something that a child will develop in their younger years of learning. Next, we're going to have Brianna discuss a little bit more how positive behavior is affected through flexible seating in a positive learning environment, as well as talk a little bit more about our research involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. There are many classroom design factors that drive student engagement. This pie chart was taken from Edutopia, which is a trusted educational source. As you can see in this pie chart, personalization factors such as flexibility and student ownership account for over a quarter of the academic improvement attributed to classroom design. Flexible classrooms provide the learning environment that students need. I will now show you a short, quick video that goes over flexible seating in a classroom in Virginia.
The transformation of space has completely elevated student engagement. How do we provide the environments that kids need? Sometimes to be in their caves and be private, sometimes to be at the watering hole and working in small collaborative groups, and sometimes in cross-pollination where they're able to really share their work and work with each other.
My kids love to be under things, behind things, around things. We have 5-gallon buckets in my room that we sit on. We sit on crate seating that I made in my backyard out of a crate and some plywood and some foam. And I also just threw a lot of pillows on the floor. Offspring is like a baby squirrel. Is that something that might be important to your research? It might be important. From day one, I've said, you may sit anywhere you like as long as you're safe in our classroom.
For this particular school in Virginia, flexible seating improved the overall student behavior, but we wanted to test this for ourselves. So what we did was we used Google Forms to create a flexible seating questionnaire. This is the form that we created. We included questions such as what is your name, choosing the district that you worked in, what grades do you teach, ranging from preschool all the way to 4th grade, if the teacher has used flexible seating, how many flexible seating options the teachers have in their class, and the type of flexible seatings that they use. So we provided pictures to go over the different types of flexible seating. So we had 8 different options on our form. We also included how frequently do you use flexible seating? Do you find positive behavior changes? And if yes, please explain. We emailed this Google form to our 3 school districts and received a total of 47 responses. In the form, we required that participants included their information, flexible seating use, flexible seating options, various types of seating, frequency of use, behavioral changes, and why. Danielle will now talk about the feedback that we received and the data that we collected.
Thanks, Brianna. So as Brianna explained, we asked very specific questions in our form so that we could see the relationship between our explanatory responses and our response variables. For example, we asked how many flexible seating options do you have available, what types of flexible seating options do you offer to your students, and how often do you use flexible seating in your classroom. Our participants were able to respond to a short answer question where they were able to share their own personal experiences with flexible seating in the classroom. And it was very noticeable that our participants strongly felt that flexible seating did allow for positive behavioral changes. Some of the responses included that students were happier, more engaged, and overall just more focused when they were able to choose where they sit. We received responses from 47 participants across 3 school districts, including Ho-Ho-Kus, Ramsey, and Milburn Short Hills. The majority of our participants teach 1st through 3rd grade, but we did have a lot of participants who also teach younger grades like pre-K and kindergarten, and an older grade like 4th grade. So we did have a very wide variety of responses from teachers across the grade levels in elementary school. Out of those 47 responses, over 90% of the teachers reported that they do use flexible seating in their classrooms, while only about 8% do not. As you can see from the pie chart, over 50% of our 47 responses have at least 5 or more options of flexible seating in their classroom. In our survey, we included pictures of different types of flexible seating, including a beanbag, a wobble stool, and a scoop rocker. As you can see from the bar graph, most of the teachers have beanbags, wobble stools, chair cushions, and disc seats for children who really need to be moving while they're learning. 87% of our participants reported that they use flexible seating on a daily basis, while about 12% reported that they use it about 2 to 3 times per week. Overall, out of 47 participants, 93% reported that they do find positive behavioral changes within their classroom when students are able to choose where they want to sit for a subject or even for the whole day. So based on this evidence, you can see that it is overwhelmingly clear that flexible seating does in fact result in positive classroom behavior. Thank you so much for watching our presentation, and we hope you learned a little bit about flexible seating.